Didn't we have Rod Patton was online and now he's not there?
Yeah, I think he was just having connection problems, so we'll give him
Give him a sec. I think give him a
give him
second
some
before we
time.
start. Yeah,
Sure.
because if we lose Don, we don't have quorum.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. Can I ask everybody to stand for a moment of silence? They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
We will remember.
Thank you. The Hamptons Veterans Committee recognizes that it is meeting on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Welcome everybody to our June meeting. I'm going to read out the roll. Please answer whether you're here or not. David Steckham. Ed Sculthorpe.
Yep.
Robert Fife. Don Jackson.
Don raised his hand.
Okay. Can you speak please? Stephen Waldron.
Present.
Terry Ryan. Rod Patton.
Yep.
And Dave Baldry.
Here.
Okay, so we have 6 out of 8 members and we have quorum, which is 5. Is there any changes to the agenda anybody would like to see? There being none, we'll move on to approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Are there any concerns? Can I ask for someone to move the approval?
I move we approve.
Who is that? David?
Dave.
Mover, seconder?
Ed.
Ed? Are there any discussion or any concerns?
No.
Okay, we'll do a negative vote unless anybody is opposed. Unless anybody says something, we'll assume that it's carried. Okay, nobody objects. Very good. Item 4, any declarations of interest? Okay, item 5, recording meetings of committees for future use. You want to speak to this, Bridie?
Yeah, so that was just to say that we, as the Veterans Committee, you have decided that there was no need to retain recordings and share them through the Legislative Clerk's Office. I always keep the recording for till the end of the week of a meeting, just in case for minute purposes. And then other than that, there was no need to retain that video going forward.
Okay. Is everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, item 6, no delegation requests, I assume.
No.
Item 7, no consent items at this time. Number 8, no public hearings. And we're on to number 9, staff presentations. Item 9.1, Decoration Day honorariums. Is that a staff presentation? Yeah. Bridie?
Yeah, so I'll let Carolyn speak to this. This was a wrap up of the Digital Decoration Day project that we did with the cadets. And Carolyn wanted to share some feedback that she had been working with me and the local cadet corps and their commanding officers. So I'll let Carolyn provide. She wanted to provide a little feedback of the wrap up of that project.
Yeah, just before we get to the honorariums, thanks, Bridie. I just wanted to say that this was a really great project with excellent response. We had 10 cadets enthusiastically participate in it. The work of 5 of them used in our social media posts. We posted on 7 days altogether. The first post was an introductory video about Decoration Day that Bridie had completed. then the 5 cadet posts, and then on the final day, which was actually Decoration Day, we posted about the ceremonies that we normally hold as a wrap up. So 7 full days of social media posts on the Dundurn social media account, of which the military museum is under the umbrella of Dundurn. So 5 of the cadets' research was used for the project. The other 5 will be kept on file for future projects. So, sorry, this heat is really affecting my asthma. I apologize for that. If I stop breathing, could just somebody?
I'll take over if you need it. It's okay.
Thanks. So I really just wanted to share a letter that I received from Marnie Maslin, who's in charge of curatorial program at Dundurn Castle. So she's the person in charge of our social media accounts there. So this is what she wrote to us. Excuse me. I want to recognize and thank the Veterans Committee, the cadets, Carolyn and Bridie, who supported, participated in, and created content for the Decoration Day social media takeover on Dundurn's social media accounts. The time and effort put into the research, writing, and editing of posts showed in the amazing content that was created. The coordination of the cadets and the creation of the graphics for the posts was so well executed, and it is very evident what a collaborative effort it was. The engagement on Dundurn's Facebook and Instagram accounts during the week of the Decoration Day series was consistently positive, and both accounts gained new followers throughout the week. Decoration Day posts were shared close to 20 times on Facebook and 60 times on Instagram. These types of collaborations are so very essential to the work that we do, and I'm so appreciative of the participants' hard work, insight, and reverence to the veterans profiled. I'm looking forward to when we can support this type of collaboration again. So she not only had some very kind words about the content and the way it looked, but she also mentions the number of shares and the increase in new followers, which indicates it was also very well received by the public. So that's fantastic. So all around, an excellent project, really great feedback. And I'd actually love to do this again. Maybe just putting the seed out there, maybe at some point leading up to Remembrance Day. Anyways,
that's a very calm time for us. So yeah.
I'm just hoping maybe by that point, the military museum will have some staff back, and maybe that's something that we could all participate in. Not so much you, I know you're very busy.
No, that's fine. I to follow up on the honorarium. So I did let the participating cadet corps know, any of them who participated, we would like to provide their unit with an honorarium, and you did approve that at your last meeting. I just we didn't clarify the amount. So typically when I do an honorarium, it's between $100 to $250, and I just wasn't sure how the committee wanted to allocate the amounts per unit. So far I've only got it'll be 6 or 7 honorariums that we're providing. But I look to you for how much you want to give to each cadet unit.
I think $200 would be reasonable.
200. Okay.
Anybody else?
200 sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay, that's a seconder. All in favor?
I'll unmute you. Sorry, some of you were muted. I apologize. I took control of that. If any of you who were muted would like to speak, just raise your hand.
What is there going to be our extra funds at the end of the year? Do we know that?
We don't know yet because it depends on what we're allowed to do for Remembrance Day.
Okay, that's what I figured we'd base. I thought we were going to pretty much base it on whatever we had left over. We were going to give out the balance of that. I thought that's how we were going to do it.
You can do further honorariums towards the end,
Okay.
like in Q3, Q4, once you know more what your budget will be at that point.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, how are you?
So can we take a vote on that? So we have, is everybody in favor of that $200 per cadet corps?
Okay.
Nobody opposed? Okay, motion carried. I moved the motion and Ed Sculthorpe seconded it.
Okay. Great.
Dieppe and Argyle's monument cleaning.
Yes, so wanted to provide you with an update. The conservator for the city of Hamilton contacted me to let me know. Last year I asked that the Dieppe monuments be put on the cleaning register. So it is being serviced this week. So it will be all polished and cleaned and ready. And then also there were some tiles that were broken within the Argyle's pavilion at Bayfront Park. So it sits in the park's property, but we maintain the historical image of it. So those will be cleaned this year too. And if there's any others that you notice throughout the year, please send them to me and I'll make sure that they get on that list as well for repair.
So we should let the Argyles and Rileys
did.
know. Oh, we
I
did?
let
Okay.
I let the Argyles know. The Rileys I haven't yet. No.
Well, you just did.
Yeah, they yeah, it's easier. Okay.
I'll send out an email to the
Okay, great.
honorees. Okay, and next was sad part, transfer staff liaison role.
Yes,
Don't
so
go.
I was notified last week that my position, my portfolio of being the staff liaison for the for the Veterans Committee will be transferring to another member of Heritage. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm being such a girl right
Well, I'm trying to.
now. And so they want to use me for some digital projects, and they recognize that this is a portfolio they don't want to drop the ball on. So they'll be transferring it. And it's to a face that some of you might know already, Chris Redford, who has been involved in Heritage and worked with external committees before. So I'll still be around, but you'll have a new liaison going forward.
So will we have you at a couple of more meetings while Christopher is actually
Yeah, I think I'll still be around in some advising capacity to assist in making sure that it's taken care of appropriately. I'll still be handling the Dieppe event, whatever it comes down to be, and then I'll work with him going forward to make sure the file is transferred.
That's good news.
So thank
Well,
you all so very much.
When things settle down, I think we have to celebrate your departure in some way with burnt meat and alcohol. I think maybe salmon for you.
Yeah, same sounds good.
Okay, thank you very much. Discussion items, designs for the Veterans Way signage. Bridie, you sent me that email. Did you send it to anybody else? Has anybody else seen the proposed designs?
I'm going to share my screen if that's okay, and it will have the other design options. So just
before you,
go ahead.
Well, before you do that, I did some research on the Legion, as everybody knows, is very, very protective and actually has a trademark copyright on the poppy. And my concern was that some of the designs that were suggested don't have that proper poppy design on it. So the first, the top one you had, I think, has the proper poppy design. So if you,
I'll share my screen for you there.
I'll identify which one is the proper one.
So here we have,
yeah,
here we have the original sign that currently exists. Now, just to let you all know, I did actually, knowing that the Poppy owns the copyright to the Legion, I actually contacted Legion Command in Ottawa and received full permission to use the image of the Poppy. They said it's okay if it's not the exact one, but the idea
they did say that.
They did say it's okay. Yeah, so they said it's up to the committee to decide which design they would like to use. They're pretty similar, but there's a few differences. Some have the green center, some the black, some have 3, some have 1. So you would just have to pick as a committee which one you would like to instruct the roads department to implement.
Well, in the spirit of it's always easiest to tell the truth because that's the easiest thing to remember, I think we should use the one that's approved on everything. Then we'll always know we use the approved one.
So
What do other people?
the one that's the original on the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one for that. And anyone else have any other comments they wanted to make on that? Sorry, I've muted you all again. I'm such a control freak on that. There you go. Okay.
I
Yeah,
agree.
but
I think the original's the way.
Yeah.
Original? Okay.
I
My
agree
thing-
also.
My only concern with using the original is if it's going to fade the same as the ones that we have now, which
So
which
yeah.
look really bad, really bad. I don't know if anybody's seen them, but
It was until you brought it up, Ed, I didn't notice how bad they were, and especially along like James and Hunter, they're completely faded. You can barely read them at all. So once we put them in, they said they will add this, same as getting the monuments clean. They'll add it on the regular routines to be inspected for sun damage more with better upkeep.
Okay.
Okay. So
And I think that I think the lettering should be black, not red. So I think I looked at them.
Yeah.
And I think the top one with black writing is about the best.
Okay.
But I can be talked out of it.
They do have an over laminate that's meant for sun as well, that it would ward away any, not any, but it would allow it to last longer. It's just no
Okay.
that they can look into.
Okay, great. I'll bring that up. Thank you.
Mike, that's an interesting thought. When you compare it to the ones at the bottom, the blacks makes it stand out better.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I agree. Top one with black lettering would be great.
Anybody disagree? We'll listen. Okay.
Okay.
I'll move that the committee chooses the top one with the original poppy and black lettering. And can I have a seconder, please?
I'll second it.
Is that Rod?
Oh, Terry.
Oh, Terry seconds it. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Decision
Okay.
made. Great. 10-2, Dieppe.
Yes. So wanted to update you. I've contacted Cable 14 about possibly live streaming the service again, because we might have to have another limited service as we did last year. They are very open to that. They wanted to discuss some new ideas they had for that. So I will ask our chair to attend that meeting with me so we can discuss with their producers how the service should go. But from the committee, I'll just need to know, we pay for the service, the logistics, the permits, the sound typically. Last year was that, hybrid event with the Northwell Riders for their candlelit vigil. How would the committee like to see the service be done this year? It is the RHLI Veteran Association service, but we can provide a say at their meetings.
Well, I think we want to go back to the 19th. Because it was during the day.
So daytime service.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what the RHLI wants too. But
They do. Okay, that's good to know. So I think
so
it falls on a weekday this year, correct?
We're 7 weeks out under the current. Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
So under the current regulations, the brigade commander is authorizing 5 unit representatives to attend. So that would be the CO, the RSM, the 2 honorary colonels, and a bugler.
Okay.
So last year we had what, 20, 25 chairs set up?
25. Yeah.
And we invited 25 people or something.
I think 20.
Yeah. So I think we start planning now for that.
Okay.
For 20 chairs, and so we need to get the Padre, and we've got the Bugler. And we go from that.
Great. So the city of Hamilton is not allowing any permits for events. The last day is July 31st. So I'm going to put it in now. I've also spoken with that department to let them know that this one needs to be pressed as quickly as possible through. They don't think that should be a problem considering it's a veterans event. And then if we're allowed to open to have more people and we're in a different stage at that time, we can reevaluate closer to. And I'll work with Christopher to make sure that what we've built is not ruined.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So that leaves it. So that leaves us so the Northwell riders can, if they want to do their candlelight vigil, they can do it the night before.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to say about that? Okay.
No. Okay. Okay.
Any other motions? Item 11. Any notices of motion? Any general information or other business? You're a quiet crew. Tonight.
Very quiet. I'm very, very quiet. Oh, maybe because I muted you all. Sorry.
Oh, that's why they're quiet, because they're all muted. Okay, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
I'll make the motion. Rod.
Gary Bryan. Seconder,
Second.
Don. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you all very much.
Go figure. I just made it home.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Take
Thank
care.
you. We'll
See ya.
Take care, everybody.
see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.